what right does Denny Hamlin have to expect people not to race him?
44 years old, never have been with another team, 59 wins, one short of Harvick. He has every single right to
Why? Go
expect
get it.
everyone to race him hard, except a non-playoff car teammate in that situation.
So I went wide open, hoping for a little taste of that unknown, living in a fast car, living in a fast car days.
All right, welcome back to another edition of Checkers, Wreckers, and What the Heckers. My name is Chad Bearden. I'm a country music artist, content creator, and NASCAR superfan. I am joined, as always, by my incredible co-host. Please hold your applause till I finish introducing them. Straight out of Ohio and straight out of your girlfriend's dreams. He's the follicle phenom, the VIP puppeteer of the Haas Factory team, and the only man alive who can get you pit passes and a shampoo sponsorship in the same night. Ladies, hide your brushes. It's Rick frickin' Kojan.
What's up, man? I like that, dude. Look, we're going good. The follicle phenom is in good shape there, and I love that little piece on the intro there with the what was the part about right before the end there, the middle.
The VIP puppeteer?
No. Yeah, I'm the puppeteer.
Puppeteer.
What do you think about that?
Shampoo sponsorships.
No, I like the puppeteer, like you're pulling the strings.
Yeah, listen. You are the man with the plan.
Yeah, the VIP host puppeteer.
I like
Thank
it.
you, Chad. Happy to be back again. And I'm gonna keep coming back if you keep inviting me.
Sure,
can't have it without you.
Yeah.
No, you talk about someone we can't have the show without. Chad, let's go. Who can't we have this show without? Here he comes.
Ladies and gentlemen.
With all his Hendrick money, here he comes.
Ladies and gentlemen, all rise. The man is here. He once smoked everyone in North Carolina with pure speed. Now he hands down tech support sentences at Hendrick Motorsports. Forget gavel taps. This man drops the hammer. The Honorable Chris Supreme Court Justice.
I like that. That's another good one. I don't know where you coming up with this creative writing style thing you got going on.
He's a content creator.
Don't let it stop, bro. This is fascinating. I'm gonna have to add like some of our guests and get this shit in writing so I can start updating my social medias with this stuff, you know?
Yeah, I like how Derek Limke was like, I need to just use it to update all my social media bios.
That's where I got that from. Yeah.
No, that was awesome.
Thank you, Derek.
I'm gonna go snag a Bible from the nightstand, and next time we do this, I'm gonna like when you do him, I'm gonna swear myself in front of the Supreme Court Justice. Bet that prop needs to be.
Oh, that might be a thing for our road show.
No, for the live show.
For the live show.
Come on. Yeah, you're not the only creative one. You're not the only creative one sitting on this tripod. Get
Rick
it?
is breaking
Three of us. I'm on fire.
You are.
I got to have a beer. I haven't even had one yet today.
Go ahead and water down.
All right. Well, Rick was the only one of us who was at the track in Loudon this weekend. Rick, how was the Haas Factory team? How are things in Loudon, New Hampshire?
Well, first of all, that seems to be a trend, right? I'm looking around at these racetracks, and where the hell are you, Chad? And Justice, Supreme Court Justice, when the hell are you coming back?
I'll be back for the Roval.
Yeah, I'm looking for people to...
Same for me.
Okay, well, thanks for stopping back. I mean, I'm busy texting Justice. I'm like, hey, what's that restaurant we went to?
Oh,
and
yeah.
then I'm remembering, I'm like, he ain't going to be here anyway. And we did go. And it was killer. Shooters in Belmont.
Shooters in Belmont.
Shout out to Shooters in Belmont. I don't know if they have internet up there to watch our podcast, but that's irrelevant. All the TVs were on sports, and we watched some good games. It was good. To answer your question, Chad, it was lonely. And I'll tell you why. It wasn't lonely just because you two weren't there. It was lonely because the Xfinity cars weren't there.
That's fair.
And it wasn't until I got there and that kind of set, and we landed on Friday. We went to this great lobster boil with Willie Pilat's family, one of our crew members, and it was there on site at the track. Phenomenal. And I'm just like, wow, it's a light Saturday when you get a weird schedule too. Truck race in the middle of the day, and then we have to hang around, and then they practice and cup qualify. And we were out of there by probably, I don't know, 5:36, something like that.
Because you had a modified race at 9, and then the
That
track and then trucks at noon, right?
So it's funny you should say that. You're right. They're very passionate up there in the Northeast about their
Ground
mods.
pounders.
And so I'm riding in. I rode in that morning with, yeah, I think I rode in that morning with the 41 team. The next morning I rode in with our two drivers for the 41, Hot Rod and Charlie. Love those guys. And we were in
Solid
traffic,
dudes.
Chris. We were in traffic, and I'm like, what the hell? And it was the modifieds.
Mm.
And it was weird the way the program played out. I mean, I think that thing went green flag at like 9 or 9:30 in the morning for that modified
Wow.
race.
Yeah. It was early.
Yeah. So anyway, we fumbled and stumbled, and I don't know, started back like 31st, I want to say, and managed to get a top 25 out of it through just, staying after it. And I had like 15 guests. The guests had a good time, and I like that track. I really like that track. I like the surrounding area. I think the people support it real well. I like NH.
And usually over past times has brought a good crowd to Loudon. Like it always,
I thought it was
a
solid.
good show. It's always
Yeah.
a good race. It was always
seems solid.
action packed. Yep. Always.
Chris, what did your weekend look like?
Yeah, what you guys got?
Oh man, I had a little rehab, ice and elevation.
Ice elevation,
as-
elevation in bourbon.
As we say in the racing world, I was on jack stands. Not much going on my way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That it was the first weekend I've been here and not had something. I wasn't at the suit store all day trying to get that thing ready or any of that stuff. Like actually got to chill out and like just watch races this weekend. So that was fun.
Don't you think it's natural that your suit store that you're putting so much time and energy becomes a podcast sponsor? Like, isn't that kind of go hand in hand?
If the other guy who was involved in it would spend money, yeah, that would make a lot of sense, but I don't know about that. We'll
Just
see.
checking.
Yeah, that would be cool, but I don't know. Anyways, but speaking of sponsors, we have an
We got a cool
incredible
one.
one. We have an
Yeah.
incredible one. The Chord Buddy. If you've ever wanted to learn to play guitar, now you can. Ladies and gentlemen, on day one, you take this device right here, Ricky.
There it
This-
is.
Oh my God! What? No! We finally have one.
We have
We
multiple.
are not just talking about air and spelling out chord.
Nope.
CHORD. We have
Listen.
one.
Listen, I'm at Travis.
shipment.
Travis sent us a package.
Travis.
Travis sent us a package, and there's some cool things in here, but there's some Chord Buddies. So this thing goes over the neck of your guitar, and you put your fingers on those tabs. Each tab represents a chord, and you are playing real chords right there. And then as you get better, these tabs come off, and then your fingers replace those, and you're playing the actual chords. Along with that, they don't just send you this though. You don't just buy this and throw it on there and you're done, right?
Check this out, Ricky.
Well, he's got more. Yeah, he's got more toys down below the desk. What's that?
So this is one of the included songbooks that come with it. So this has 100 songs just in this one songbook that you can play. It has country songs, pop songs, gospel songs, and bluegrass that you can play all with the Chord Buddy. So it's all color. See how it's all color coordinated out right there for you. You just
That is cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
so you're actually playing those real songs. Hey, then this right here, Ricky, this is your 2-month lesson plan. This is gonna put you on a path so in 2 months, you're taking those tabs off, you're becoming a real live guitar player. These are your training wheels. You want to learn to become a successful guitar player. You put this thing on, you follow this process. It's laid out in this book. And then you're playing the songs. Hey, if you get bored with those 100 songs in the other book, maybe you want to play some worship songs. Hey, there's a whole worship book right here of songs that you can play with the chord buddy. Or
Nobody's gonna bless
I'm
him, Bob.
worshiping you and this sponsor right now, to be honest with you. But go ahead.
maybe you want to gift this to someone for Christmas or coming up for Christmas. You want to get festive. Well, there's a Christmas songbook. How about that? It's got
He's got
it's
it
got
covered.
60 songs in this Christmas book. Away in a Manger, the Chipmunk Song, Frosty the Snowman, Here Comes Santa Claus, Joy to the World, The Little Drummer Boy, Silent Night, Silver Bells, and more.
All the
That Chipmunk
classics.
song, that
All the
Chipmunk
classics.
song, chord buddy or not, is annoying. I do not want to learn to play that Chipmunk song. I don't like that song.
And then I think Travis
Alvin.
And then I think Travis was trolling me because he has a cool line of accessories, you know. So these are guitar pick earrings, but these have Florida State on them.
Those are actual earrings?
Yeah, but they're made from guitar picks. Yeah.
I understand that part of it, but they can be worn as earrings. Well, first of all, you don't have your ears pierced.
Right.
But he's a Roll Tide guy.
Or Auburn.
What other teams does he have?
I'm not sure. He just sent me multiples of Florida State and Auburn.
Right.
Again, Florida State beat Auburn at the beginning of the year.
All right.
But another cool thing, and I think we may give some of these out at our live event at Old Armor. Check out these awesome. These are bracelets. It's a little bit hard to see. These are silicone bracelets, but they hold guitar picks in them.
Oh,
and
nice. When you're jamming and strumming and you break a pick, you just reach for it right there on your wrist and you got a new guitar.
Or you just have one on you all the time. So then you're walking around, and you're like, bro, you play, I play, I got my own pick. Let me just strum on your guitar right there. But yeah, so we got some more chord buddies. Travis hooked us up.
Thank you, Travis.
Thank you, Travis. Can I ask 2 Travis questions?
Ask away, Ricky.
Number 1, any chance could you ask Travis if he has Ohio State? We are the national champions, so I'd like to see those earrings in Ohio State.
Are your ears pierced?
I might get them pierced.
Okay.
We're going to see how that goes.
Okay.
All right, just relax there.
We can ask.
The second one, and we never seem to address this because you two seem to be the authority on this project or product, and I'm the idiot as usual. That's okay. What kind of guitar does it have to go on? Like,
listen.
So
hold on. Supreme Court Justice wants to be heard. What do you got?
Good question. Listen, so I personally have what is it there, super fan?
You have a classical guitar.
Which
so
did not fit.
Well,
so I need to rearrange my guitar situation.
Well, I still want to. I want to ask Travis about that because I'm not. I've never dealt with that, so I'm not sure. But I do have one here, so I will try it on mine.
Yep.
But yeah, it should work on an acoustic or an electric.
Okay.
The necks are pretty similar, so should work for either one. But I'm not. A classical guitar has a much thicker, fatter neck, so that could be an issue that I could see. But again, it may just be the way you could be positioning it incorrectly. I don't know, but we'll check it out and I'll get some answers for you and get back to you on it. But for the most part, if you buy a standard acoustic or an electric guitar, that are, regular nickel string guitar.
And to my defense, when I got this guitar, I had no idea that they had the different neck sizes. I just thought you had good an acoustic versus electric. I had no idea, bro. It was 2020, like we said earlier, a couple episodes ago. That was going to be my 2020 at-home project, was to learn to play. And I had the Chord Buddy bought on 2020. And then with these podcasts rolling, I said, I need to pull it out. Turns out, I had to have a situation.
And we're going to get together and put
we're going to
put together. Well, we're going to put together some content with a Chord Buddy and all that stuff. So we're going to get this all nailed out and make it really easy for people, especially the people who follow this podcast.
We're going to rock out.
Yeah, to see the Chord Buddy in action and to see it work. So thanks
Yeah.
again to Travis and the Chord Buddy. Check
Yeah.
out their full line of products. They also, if you're looking for a guitar, they have a full line of guitars on the website. Check it out, chordbuddy.com, CHORD buddy.com. Tell them we sent you. Tell them thanks for sponsoring the podcast. And they're also helping us out with a couple live events we have coming up. Travis is actually going to be with us in Talladega, fellas. See, he's going to be there with us. So,
outstanding.
Rick, remind folks about what's going on in Talladega.
Well, I'm going to step back because we got a live event coming up before Talladega. Let's do things in chronological order because that's how my mind works.
Okay, I was trying to use the transition there, but okay.
I know you were, but I'm transitioning my own way. Next Friday, October 3rd, downtown Kannapolis. Know it, live it, love it. At Old Armor Beer Company. Great place, great beers, easy to find in downtown Kannapolis. They are letting our three silly asses up on stage to do this show live. Yeah, that there'll be no technological problems at that show, right? We're going to try and do this live, and it's going to be a great, great event at 5 p.m. Fits in perfectly. That truck race I checked today, 3:30 start, should be over by then, and we will be live, large and in charge at Old Armor Beer Company. We have a very, very special guest because Superfan Chad has a deep, deep Rolodex and a big network of people. Go ahead, Chad. What do we got?
Well, I got to give some credit here. My guy, Chris Justice, set this one up. He got with our guy, Stefan from Old Armor and made this one happen. Stefan, Stefan made the call and set us up with Carrie Earnhardt. Carrie's going to be there. I've got to talk back and forth with Carrie a little bit. He's super pumped about this event. But so Carrie Earnhardt's going to be there. He's going to talk his racing career, his family, his legacy, everything he's doing now to his own brands and protecting the Earnhardt last name and that legendary status. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I apologize to Supreme Court Justice. I didn't know you had the heavy hand in that one. Good on you. And I'm actually embarrassed. I really got to start adding some value to this show.
No, listen, it's one team, one dream. But to follow up with that, we are, however, Chad, in the Talladega with Travis. We will have our next live show, which will be Sunday morning, 9 o'clock, Talladega at the NASCAR Experience stage. That will be on the front side there, 9 a.m. Us live with another special guest. Once again, Sunday morning of the Talladega race, which is 10:19, 9 a.m.
It's going to be huge.
Big time.
Like the big one.
Come out.
I see what you did there, super fan. I see what you did there.
It's going to be the big one.
The big one. It's Talladega.
I'm not sure what's harder to believe. The fact that we're going to do this show live, and that's going to happen at Old Armor Beer Company, or that we're going to do it again, and they're actually going to let us onto the NASCAR Experience stage. I mean,
listen,
to me, it's still like, I think like the night before, it's like, yeah, I'm sorry, we're not going to let you guys go on, and we're going to wind up in a hotel room or something. Like, I just
listen. The email chains and exchanges that I've been in for that event, it's mind blowing. Like,
good.
They're going to let us on this and do this, and oh god,
first of many.
It may be the last one. Who knows? But
I don't know.
It's going to be epic.
I'm gonna be fired up.
Yeah. Anyways, it's going to be a couple good nights, almost back to back, fellas. We'll have like a 1 week to recover from all those Earnhardt beers you guys are going to drink, and then do it all over again.
You can bet on that.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to have some with you, Ricky. You better believe that.
Well, listen, let me just add one thing.
And then we'll just bring them to the boulevard.
Yeah, I checked that event schedule. There's only, and I think Chris, you co-signed this. There's only tech going on at the Roval weekend on that Friday. Okay,
tech
so
only.
if there's yeah. That means we can dig in, start drinking, eating. I think I'm going to have a little special guest from the Sam Mayer team joining us who might bring a little bit of food. We're going to put that together. I also, and you guys probably know this, that our iRacing sponsorship guy, Mr. Timothy Presley, I believe he's going to be on site.
It's going to be a big weekend.
Our winners.
Our winners.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chad. Go ahead. Yeah. I mean, seriously, this is going to come together and be pretty cool.
So, Ricky, I just double checked for us that Friday. The only thing we have going on for Roval on Friday, October 3rd, is our Haulers Park, 8:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m.
Done. That means when we get done, because we got to be done by like 6:30 or something like that, right, Chad? Because the band's playing.
Yep.
That means we can shift into the next higher gear and continue on with the eating and drinking and the merriment.
Yeah. And
I'm good at that.
And our
I
did get to talk with our guy Stefan, who is now going to be there for the event.
Nice.
He was scheduled to be out of town. He said, "You know what? Ain't going no more." Told Lindsay she can do it on her own. We're married now. She can go handle it by herself. She can represent us both. We're married now. They got a house. They bought a house.
Congratulations.
Oh, did they? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So over here close to me.
Good for them.
Yeah. So excited for them. All right. Well, exciting things coming up. Exciting show today. Let's get into some 3 Wide.
3 Wide.
Let's go.
3 Wide. Let's go 3 Wide.
All right. So I saw a video on TikTok the other day from a creator. Obviously the algorithm feeds me NASCAR creators, right? And this creator was making the point, he said the reason that NASCAR is losing fans was not because of the Gen 7 car or not because all these other things. He did recognize the economics of everything that's going on, but he says in his opinion that it's harder for the casual fan to connect to a driver now because drivers do not run the same paint schemes every week. So my question to you is, do you agree or disagree with that? Is it harder for the casual fan, somebody who watches for the first or second time, to connect with somebody who, because they do not run the same paint scheme the way they did in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s? And we'll start with you, Chris.
I would have to say no. And the reason I say no is the driver's door number never changes, right? So if you are a 42 fan or a 9 fan or a 5 fan or an 8 fan right, that's going to be your driver, regardless of what other decals or paint scheme goes along with that number. The number will remain the same as it always has. And that does not change every week. So I can see the point in that. If we go old school, if you're looking for a Tide car every week, you don't see it, you'll change the channel, right? Like my guy's not driving. But most people say they are a whatever number fan versus a sponsor fan if you talk to the new generation at this point.
Ricky?
Well, I had an easy answer to it, but man, Supreme Court justice was compelling there. But I am going to disagree and say that I kind of agree with his statement a little bit. That guy makes a point that it is, I don't know as far as just the fandom of it, like the individual fandom. I probably agree with Chris more, right? You attach yourself to the driver and the number and it doesn't change. But you said casual fan, and I got to be honest with you. I'm at track just about every goddamn weekend, and even I have a problem finding some of the cars as they go ripping by, and I see a different color and it stands out, and I'm like, oh, I'll catch it on the next lap. And I'm like, oh, that's the 47, and it's one of the myriad of rotating sponsors for Ricky Stenhouse. Yeah, I think it's more of a kaleidoscope. And again, put the fandom aside. I'm just saying the casual fan who's watching the sport, tuning in now and then, Can you find the same driver as easily when the livery changes as much as it does? You can't. But I understand the economics of the sport and why it's that way. But Chris mentioned, right? Tide. There was a Tide ride, right? A Tide ride. I was a Rusty Wallace fan, man. That was the MGD car every day, all day. Look at all the cool things that Brad Keselowski and Kurt Busch did with the Blue Deuce, right? It was that Miller Lite Blue Deuce. So I'm sorry. I disagree a bit with the Honorable Supreme Court Justice, and I agree with what that guy's saying.
What do you got, Superfan?
Yeah, I mean, I disagree with you too, Chris. I think that for people that I think it was really easy, especially as a kid, right? If I put myself
that's a good point.
In a kid's shoes, and they're watching NASCAR for the first or second time, and they, for me, it was the Kodak car, the one that I have back here. And it was,
shout out to the McClures, Morgan McClure.
Yeah. And I knew that Kodak car. So then I could come back to it, and I can come. So before I even knew who Sterling Marlin was, the Kodak car was cool, right? Or the Mellow Yellow car was cool. Or the M&M's car was
cool. The M&M's is the one I think of, right?
Yeah.
I could see kids saying that car by the name M&M's and not by the car number. Yep.
Right. And for a lot of times for kids, like, especially I think about when I was growing up, like that's how people picked their drivers. You picked them based on who the sponsor was. And then, you stayed with them forever after that because of that. Because the car looked cool or whatever it was. So, for the person who, they tune in and, I've seen a couple videos with different creators asking drivers, what do you think is an underrated paint scheme? What are some underrated paint schemes? And guys will throw out Larson's paint scheme because he's the one guy who, outside of now and again, will run a Valvoline scheme or something like that. Like, he's the only guy who every single week you can pick him out because he's running that HendrickCars.com scheme. But so if you're a kid and you sit down with your dad or your mom or your grandpa, whoever, to watch a race for the first time, and you're like, wow, that car is really cool. Well, let's say the Cinnamon Toast Crunch car that Chris Buescher ran earlier this year, which when we were in Bristol, people were going crazy over that shirt and the hat in the Ford Performance hauler. So say you sit down, that's your first race as a kid, and you're like, that Cinnamon Toast Crunch car is so awesome. Well, you come back the next week and you're looking for that car, and Chris Buescher runs a different Kroger brand
dial soap
every week, and you're going, hey, where did the Cinnamon Toast Crunch guy go?
Mm-hmm.
So
that's a good point.
So as somebody who is a casual fan, or like, like my wife will pick sports teams based on what colors that she likes, so, I think about it the same way there. So I can see how, if you're not trying to get invested in something, that it could be, a hard thing to latch onto, because you think about it. If Wake Forest showed up in a different uniform every single week, outside of Oregon, like, who does that?
Yeah, they'd lose. They'd lose their identity,
right?
Yeah.
They get washed. You two made some great points, right? That was some good points. I wonder what the fans think. Like, leave it in the comments. What do you think about that question that Superfan posed?
Yeah, they would be the best to answer. Yeah. So Chad, real quick, let's play a little game.
All right, let's go.
The M&M's car.
Yep.
Driver and number that comes to your mind.
Well, obviously as a Kyle Busch guy, I think 18, but also I think 38 with Ken Schrader.
Do you though? Do people remember?
I didn't. I
was just going to say that. I knew there was a previous M&M scheme.
Yeah.
And I damn sure knew that Kyle Busch didn't drive that car. But in my mind, I was challenged as to whether that number was 36 or 38. And I was going to ask that you already blew the answer because you're such a super fan, but that's okay.
No,
that's kind of my point. So there was that M&M's car. We know there was that M&M's car, but did you necessarily know the number and the driver, or you knew there was an M&M's car?
Well, and kind of the same thing with that Kodak car, right? Because Sterling Marlin got out of that number 4 Kodak and got into the number 40 Coors car,
and I know
Ernie Irvan got into that 4 car.
That's right,
and it looked the exact same. Yep. So there, I'm sure there were lots of people who became Ernie Irvan fans because he got in the number 4 Kodak car.
If I say 28 Haviland, what do you say?
Davey Allison.
100%.
Yeah.
But Ernie Irvan drove that car.
He did drive it. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So I think there is attachment to the sponsor, to the livery, and being consistent with it. I think it makes the car more memorable, even though the driver can change.
But and two, most people couldn't tell you, like now, I think a lot of people would say that's a Hendrick car, or that's a Gibbs car, or that's a what. And again, we have lots of 4-car teams or 3-car teams now, where it wasn't as common back then, and we didn't have a charter system then. But again, most people couldn't have told you that was a Morgan McClure car. That's the Kodak car. And a lot of times your sponsor was the race team, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So I don't know, I think let's throw it out there and see what people think.
Yeah, that's good debate. Good conversation there. Yeah.
I liked it.
All right. Our second question is,
number 2.
NASCAR has discussed how to combat Talladega and Daytona in what has become kind of boring, because guys are essentially, it's become a fuel mileage race, right? We're all riding around. There's no passing. You can't really make a lot of moves, and guys are riding around kind of half throttle, 3/4 throttle for most of the race, trying to make it to the end of the stage. So there's been different scenarios discussed in how you combat that. NASCAR in the past couple of weeks has thrown out the idea of adding a 4th stage, similar to how they do the Coke 600, but essentially that would eliminate the need to, bless you, Chris Justice, save fuel for the stage breaks. How do you feel? Should NASCAR add a 4th stage at Daytona and Talladega? Rick, you're up first.
So I know that's been talked about, and surprisingly on this one, I'm going to agree and be open to it. And here's why. Unlike some of the other changes unlike some of the other things that are clamored about that would require changes, this requires no changes to the machinery, the tech, anything that goes into it. So from an expense standpoint, no one can run up the hill crying Chicken Little saying, oh my God, the sky is falling and my wallet is empty. Okay. So for that reason alone, I'm in favor of this. I will tell you though, I have heard crew chiefs speak to this, and they still say that at some point you have to pit. So there is an element to where this could be undone in the fact that if you still put less fuel in when you do make those stops, the stops are faster.
Chris?
I feel like we should go in the opposite direction.
Ooh.
I feel like we should make the stages shorter.
That's what he's saying.
But I feel like
well, that's what you do by adding a fourth stage.
That's
you
what
shorten.
No 4th stage at all, right?
Oh.
I think those races are too long as they are, right? I mean, when you have
Oh, you want to bring it this way?
Yeah,
So
38
you're
cars
gonna
start and you finish with 15
So the
or
Aaron's
12.
$4.99. You want it to be the Aaron's $3.99.
Make it
so
$3.99.
no Daytona 500.
I mean, that's a staple, right? That has to stay, right? But your July race and your Talladega races don't have to be so long.
Easy, super fan. Don't come through the internet on him. Easy.
Right. I'm just saying, to your point, yes, the Daytona 500 is the staple. That's our Super Bowl. Everybody knows that, right? That can't change. You can't make it a Daytona 600, right?
But when we go back for the Firecracker 400, and I know it's not called that anymore.
But does it have to be 400?
But that's already 400 in their fuel savings. So what does it got to be?
I mean, listen,
300?
Let them eat. Go out there. I don't know. I just feel like they're too long as it is. I don't know. Speedway racing is tricky. Like if you add to it, I mean, what are you gaining besides more wreck cars and more carnage?
The only problem you're speaking as a Stuart Haas Racing former Hendrick current. You take things away from the networks or from the fans. Yeah,
I'm saying we complain about the carnage now
we complain about it, but that's a slippery slope. But the fans aren't complaining about the carnage. They're like, bring on the WWF wrestling.
But if you add more to it, it's just adding more carnage, right? So you're gonna have 4 cars left at the end of an extra stage.
Right.
We barely make it through the stages now.
Right. But I think to Rick's point, fans don't have a problem with the carnage. Correct. That's why fans show up and sell out Daytona and Talladega. I mean, again, I hope that Talladega in a couple weeks is much more exciting than it was in the spring, because outside of Ryan Blaney and Kyle Busch spinning 20 laps into stage 1 at the entrance of pit road.
Yeah, but you got a playoff race now, so it's got a little more implications to it.
Right. But, it was, we rode around 4 deep at the beginning of the race, and that was kind of cool. But there's no moves. There's no nothing. I agree completely with Rick's point of this costs no money. This doesn't need anybody's approval but NASCAR. The teams don't have to go out. They don't have to do anything. And maybe it costs more money if you wrecked cars, but these guys, again, all you're doing is you're adding a break.
Yeah. And again, it's not changing tech. It doesn't cost anybody anything, just whatever.
So
have at it.
Yeah. If it makes the race, because I love super speedway racing.
Make the first stage a shootout.
Obviously I'm biased because I'm from Alabama and Talladega is my home track, but like I love super speedway racing, or what it used to be. But
the old school big moves was badass, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can see the runs developing 2 laps before they actually happen.
Yeah, even in the days of like the tandem runs, it wasn't my favorite, but it was creative, and it's much more entertaining than what we have now. I mean, let them talk to each other again. I
watched 4 cars pull away and leave the draft. So, that changed the game a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, again, and I'm for it. And what's the worst thing that happens? We do like we did with the road courses
where we took the stages away.
Right. And it didn't work. And we added it back.
It's almost risk-free. It's almost risk-free.
Add it, see if it helps, see if it makes it more interesting. If it doesn't, go back to 3.
And it costs you nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing it does do, and the only argument that some people would make is that it would make those races seem more valuable because you could accrue more points in those races than other races.
Kind of like a Coke 600.
Right.
What if you play with the stage lengths versus adding a stage? Like, what if you make that middle longer? Right. So you're getting the same amount of laps, right? 400, 600, 500, whatever.
Well, even if you add a stage, he's saying you keep the same amount of laps. He's not adding length to the race. He's just chopping it up for
one
you
more
cooks. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, so we're on the same page then.
And then the other thing
Gotcha.
the other thing to me that does is hopefully by adding another stage is that hopefully broadcast brings you more green flag laps and they're not going to break during green flag laps. Like go to break
It
during the
does.
stage
Well,
break.
it would
Right.
build in another spot for the
Right.
networks to have. That's valid.
So
Yeah.
don't give
And it
me
costs
side by
nothing.
side this big,
Yeah, it
you know,
costs nothing.
especially on
Again,
speedway races.
Viewers, what do you think?
Yeah, it costs
Extra
nothing.
stage, what we got?
I like it.
Chime in. We love the feedback.
All right, fellas. That was a good segment. Let's do some
That was
checkers.
solid.
Yeah, hell yeah, it was.
Yeah. Let's do some checkers, wreckers, and what the heckers for New Hampshire.
Checkers, wreckers, and what the heckers.
What the?
Let's start with
trucks.
trucks. Chris, you're up first.
Well, this is a damn easy one.
There we go.
I mean, this was another damn alley oop. The Scott Zippadelli and company. Let's see. This guy won again, high time. Check this out. This will be his 20th victory in the series. 2-0 in the truck series.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is number 20 in the truck series.
Over how many years? 3? 2?
I want to say we'll go 3 to be liberal.
Super fan, what is it?
Yeah,
Chris, I don't want you to be liberal, so just relax. Get back in your chair there. Settle down. Supreme Court. We don't need liberal Supreme Court justice. Oh, sorry.
I'm not sure. I don't know the answer.
He's
to that.
right. I don't know if he's 2 or 3 years, but anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years. But that's victory number 20 for that kid.
Jesus.
Yeah, total domination.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just to add on, he sat on the pole. He led 124 of 175 laps. He won both stages. He had the fastest lap of the race, and it's his 9th win of the year, which ties him with the Biff for most wins in trucks. And this year is not done. There's no sign that he's not going to win another race for the rest of the year.
Holy smokes. Talk about
enjoy that record while you can, Greg Biffle, because that one's going up in smoke.
Total domination.
Anything you want to add there, Ricky?
I think I've added this point before. Like, can we get to a point where the playoffs, and we're almost there, where the playoffs are irrelevant and he's the champion? Nope. And again, I know we get to a point with mathematics, but can he build enough playoff points to where
he rides through?
Yes.
No,
yes.
because it all comes down to the last race. It doesn't matter. He could have
no. I understand
more points
that
than
part.
everybody.
I understand that part. I'm just talking about the free hall pass, if you will, to the champ race.
To the final. Yeah, the final race. Yeah, I mean, mathematically, he could do that.
Yes. And I got to be honest. After all the hoopla that is coming up about, we're going to change the playoff format, blah. And again, I'm not wishing any ill will here, but could you freaking imagine if something happens to that truck in turn 1 of Phoenix with 4 trucks running for the championship, and it's, I don't know, you guys will give me the other one, Chandler Smith, Lane Riggs, you got your favorites are going to be in there.
Well, we'll get to that in a minute.
Imagine if something happened to that truck, a tire or whatever. It goes into the
getting
wall.
caught up in somebody else's.
It did last year. Corey Haim was the favorite last year. He got wrecked by Carson Hocevar. Was that 2 years ago? He was supposed to win the championship.
Yeah, that feels like that.
He was 2 years ago. You're correct. So he gets wrecked by Carson Hocevar, costs him the championship in the final race. Now, his season wasn't as dominant as this one. This one is a new level, but still, he should have won the championship that year. He was the out front truck then when he got wrecked by Carson Hocevar, and it cost him the championship. He came back around, truck mangled up. He dumps Hocevar. They both got in some crap, but yeah, it's happened to him before when he had the championship won, but lost it in Phoenix.
Thank you, Superfan.
All
Super
right,
fans on it.
my records for this was the first race for the trucks at Loudon since 2017. So most of the drivers had never been on this track, which was painfully evident in stage one,
Oh my
where
God.
we
What,
had
5 cautions?
4 cautions
Yeah.
for 51 of the 55 laps under yellow. That was my records. Chris?
My records was the O2 truck, which caused one of those cautions early. When he got below the yellow line, I think was going into one, loses the nose and destroys, well, hits the 19 and destroys that O2 truck. He killed it. But, you got Hemrick in there, and you got this O2 truck on the bottom doing whatever the O2 driver does and wads him up. Bad business.
Ricky, anything you want to add?
Well, yeah, I'm going to add that would have been my records too, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm sitting there behind our hauler, and I'm maybe having a hot dog or some food from our man Andy there at RW Grill,
Wait a
and
minute,
I'm
you
like,
ate at the track?
hold on, hold on. The truck race was up on the top of the pylon there, and I'm thinking to myself, if we're 4 cautions in, I'm doing the math, and I'm thinking ahead. You guys got to get this race over with because I want to get practice and qualifying in and get the shooters tonight and watch some compelling college football games. So that was my records, the way that started out. That was ridiculous.
Absolutely. That was
ridiculous.
early.
I mean, right? I mean, that Miami Hurricane game, like I'm thinking, come on. I could already be at the bar if we get held up.
All right, Chris, what you got for hackers?
My hackers is I'm gonna go with my hackers is for Eckes. And he put on a performance. He started P28th and finished 9th. So shout out to them.
Sorry, go ahead.
They put something together because they had a what the heck of a qualifying effort to start 28th and to finish P9.
Yeah, mine was similar, but it was Chandler Smith. He looked like he was going to have the Josh Berry 2.0 playoffs, DNFs in the first 2 races, but he bounces back this week. He ran a heck of a race, comes home in P2, still gets eliminated because obviously he finished 30, what was it? 32nd, 36, whatever it was, however many trucks there are. He finished last in the first 2 races of the playoffs. But rebounds for a second place this week looked really impressive, got things turned around. So tough luck getting eliminated, but they put together a really nice season and had a really great race there. So that was my hackers. All right. Ricky, you want to add anything to that?
I do want to add something to that.
Please do.
If Supreme Court Justice just called out Christian Eckes as his what the heckers, doesn't that make it what the heckes?
Yeah, what the heck is
that? Was pretty good.
That was really good.
All right, never mind.
Somebody's got to get that to him.
I'll just keep drinking. Never mind.
I
thought I was adding some value.
It added value, in my opinion.
All right, let's talk some cup. Ricky, you're up first.
Am I really?
Yeah.
Oh, I should have read the show notes. Hold on, they're right here.
You get to go ahead. What you got?
Oh, I am first. Shit.
All right. It printed weird this week. I don't know. I did it weird.
All right, buckle your seatbelt for this one because I'm all over the place with the checkers.
Okay.
So first, my checkers is coming out to my man Connor Zilic. All right, I'm gonna let that sit for a minute.
Okay.
All right. Honestly, I'm just busting up here a little bit. That was a shout out to my man Corey Bass.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to pop in.
Here he comes from Clear 28 Communications. Listen, he busts my ass about being a super fan for Connor's talents. So I just thought I'd drop that in there. That's not really my checkers. I understand he was off this weekend. I'm not that in love. Everybody settle down. I've got a good, solid checkers, and it's very solid. And I don't know if it's going to be the best one of our lot, but here I come.
All right.
My checkers this week goes to total Team Penske domination. I was there. I watched it unfold. We talk about paint schemes, right? We had that conversation about, changing the livery on the cars before. Mm-hmm. Guess what? That 22 doesn't change too much. It changes now and then to Hunt Brothers Pizza, but for the most part, when I think of Joey Logano, I think of that 22 Shell Pennzoil. Okay.
Fair.
Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney's changes more, but that 12 with the Menards and they rotate some stuff between the two of them. And I'm going to throw in a courtesy 10 laps that were led, and you don't have to look it up because I did, by Josh Berry. These guys led 273 of the 301 laps we led.
Total domination.
Let that sit for a minute, okay? At the end, here's one of my other favorite parts of this checker. At the end, Blaney has to hold off and defend his position to win the race against an unbelievably hard-charging recovery from your boy, Chad, one of your love affairs there, superfan Josh Berry, in the Wood Brothers car, which we all know, we might as well just paint that as Satellite Penske so it lends more checker to my checker. And he recovers from an early spin, I think off the hands or off the fenders of SVG.
SVG got him.
I got to tell you, at this point, if you're sitting back and you're like going like I am and going, flat concrete, no banking. What does this track remind me of? Oh, yeah, Phoenix, where we raced the finale. I'm going to tell you right now, if that 12 and 22 make it to the Final Four, and I'm not saying they both are, y'all better watch out for Penske to defend that again. Okay, so those are my checkers. I'm solid on that. I have one honorable mention. Let me tell you why it comes up. Sometimes I think as close as we are to the sport, we don't step back enough as someone outside does. So this one's an honorable mention. It goes out to my man, Matt Haas. And yeah, it's Haas. I keep telling him to do an Ancestry 23 because God help him if he can figure out he is somehow inheritance money from our billionaire owner, Gene Haas. Anyway, great guy, great family. He's like, hey, Rick, if you need a checkers this week, he sends it to me. He's like, what about Spire?
Ooh,
and I thought about it for a minute and I'm like, well, what about Spire? And then I went and I checked and I'm like, son of a bitch. I'm like, Carson Hocevar and Michael McDowell raced up front, and I mean up front and competitive and amongst playoff cars for the whole race. So there's a tip of the cap to my man, Matt Haas. I'm done. That's all I got. I had a lot of checkers.
Chris?
So my checkers goes to Goodyear once again. Ooh. They brought a hell of a tire, which created some phenomenal flat track, no bank racing with tire fall off. Right? You had 4 tire strategy, right? You had half of the field taking 2, half of the field taking 4. Will it last? Did it play out? Who's the first on 4? You had 17 on 2. There was a lot of maneuvering going on off of your tire play, which made for some hell of a good racing. It was good to watch, easy to watch here at home. My honorable mention too, and I have to agree with you there, was the Penske cars. Those jokers was on rails from start to finish. So yeah, that's my checkers. What you got, super fan?
Chad,
hit the button. Hit the button. Sound the alarm.
Oh God.
I can finally homer again.
Oh Jesus.
Not for Kyle Busch, but my guy, his bad luck is finally turning around after the worst entrance into the playoffs in history.
Yep, 3 races. Yep.
Yes, I mean last.
Pretty consistent. Consistent. Yeah.
My guy shows up to New Hampshire in what might have been, I mean, all 3 of him, Blaney, and Logano were all 3 firing fast, but I think if it had not been that 12 car out front or the 22 car out front at the end of the day, Josh Berry is a pretty clean racer, but he might have put the bumper to somebody else because I think he was probably faster than Blaney, especially at some points. Blaney did a great job kind of blocking and taking away some lines, especially when Berry had better tires.
Barry went to his bumper several times,
Oh,
but didn't nudge him.
but yeah, he raced him super clean as
Yeah.
he should. It's a teammate. He's racing for a championship. He handled
Talk
it
about
exactly
teammates,
how he
man.
should. Yeah. Um, exactly how he should. But I mean, I am over the moon to see that number 21 Motorcraft Wood Brothers Ford Mustang back up front. Give me the homer. I'll take it.
You're a total
Let's go.
homer. God bless you. I like when you have a big smile on your face.
That's
Let
a
me
good
ask
homer,
you, let
though.
me ask you a question.
Uh-oh.
Put a black helicopter or two up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any chance that Team Penske did not want that outcome to change with a non-playoff car contesting one of their teammates who could pass through to the round of 8, which Blaney now has? From a super fan perspective,
No, I mean,
what are your thoughts?
Do I think they didn't want that? That no, I don't think they would prefer that, but I don't think for 1 second that anybody from Roger Penske to Ryan Blaney to anybody in there would, as long as the race was clean and as long as it was done with respect, like had Barry gotten the win, I don't think there would have been any hard feelings. I don't, is this the best outcome for Penske? Absolutely. The Blaney gets the pass in to the next round.
Yeah.
But
So just for
I don't think that there was any kind of team orders to do not pass that car.
I'm not saying there were. I start off by saying from the Black
No,
Helicopter Committee, was there any, hey, get as racy as you want, make it look as good as you want, but we know who needs to win this race. Okay.
not in my opinion.
Again, it's not Formula One, so
Right. Or IndyCar or whatever.
I'm gonna say he raced him clean.
Yep.
Do I think he would have passed him if he got to the quarter panel and slowed him down if he got to his door? I think he would have took it. But I don't think he would have pulled a move and gave him the bumper to get him out the way with the playoff contention the way it is.
Yep.
And with all three of those being house cars like that, well, somewhat house cars, but yeah, if would it have been someone else that Josh Berry was racing and he got to the bumper?
100%.
Might have gave him the bumper, right?
He still wouldn't have raced them dirty, but
no, not dirty. They would have
got a bigger bump than Blaney for sure.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, he's a short track racer. He's also a really clean racer. He tries to do things with respect.
Correct.
But yeah, I think you definitely, had that not been your teammate there, you definitely race them harder. All right, let's talk some wreckers. Chris, you're up first.
Well, this is a easy one. Alley hoop wreckers. We're talking about teammates.
This one's going to be a triple.
Yeah, let's go with this 54 car riding around in the way, and you got two playoff teammates behind you, right? And then you cry about when you get dumped because you riding around for 6 laps in the way, racing hard. Get out of the way, young pup, right? Fall in line, block the guys behind them so your teammates and your team can progress. Like, what are you doing? So my records is the 54, right? Blocking teammates, therefore getting dumped by a teammate to get the hell out the way. Put that shit on the truck. Get out of here.
That's my heckers, so I'll come back to it. My wreckers was 2311. The Toyotas were so dominant through the first 3 races, and they were not at New Hampshire at all, but particularly
Yep, Alabama coming
out. I got it.
Especially,
I got it. Particularly.
Yes, that word.
See?
Yeah, especially Tyler Reddick and Bubba Wallace. They finished 21st and 26th, and now they sit. Tyler Reddick was 21st, Bubba was 26th, and now they sit -23 and -27, respectfully, to the cutoff line. Like, just absolutely missed it, wrecked it. If you were looking to get yourself eliminated. You started out really well right there in New Hampshire. So that was my wreckers. Ricky?
So again, Supreme Court Justice, he took this one. This was a layup. I'm right there with him. I'm just going to try and add some facts for colorization as to what a wrecker this was. Okay. First of all, it's a really bad look on a really good 4-car top tier race team. That's number one. It's a really bad circumstance in which it happened under playoff race, right? Chris touched on that as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's the grandson. His name is on the building. His name is in the logo. Now you've got this thing of like nepotism to the 10th degree of like what got him to this seat, what got him in here, what got him the sponsorship. There's no wins, none in that car at the cup level, and we're over 100 races. Now, I know we talked about this on another podcast. I don't know if it's 117 starts, 127 superfan. You can look that up for me. He's not won yet. He's a non-playoff car. Okay? Non-playoff car.
Pull over. Respectfully.
Non-playoff car. So let me just, I've got all that. Let me just add what I heard, and then it came out again on Hamlin's Actions Detrimental podcast. I heard things like, can no one talk to this kid?
He asked, were they scared to talk to him?
Meaning, like, because of his last name and because of, Joe Gibbs himself, like, is the kid untouchable to race by his own rules?
Well, he, in fairness, like, he has an ownership stake in this company. Like, they're already putting his name as an owner on certain cars.
I got you. So, and then the last part of Hamlin's comment was, does he not know that we're teammates and we're playoff cars? And I heard somebody call in this week on one of the shows, because obviously, other than living at the racetrack and living and breathing NASCAR, I listen to SiriusXM Channel 90, which everybody should as well. And the only person that could have more NASCAR news and insight at that point is superfan Chad Bearden. And this person called in and said, yeah, well, what about the sponsor? He can't just give up the positions. Let me tell you something. If you think Monster Energy cares that bad at that moment about the difference between him being in 10th and giving right away to his brethren, teammates, playoff cars and going to 12th and finishing the stage, they're going to be all right. They're going to be a lot better than all this negativity that had to play out. What a mess. It's disgusting.
Yeah, he went from possibly being 12th to on the truck.
What a
Take
mess.
Your pick.
What a mess.
I don't know how I keep doing this stupid thing.
I don't know, but
hey,
thanks
that's
for the
cool.
thumbs up.
You did it earlier today, too.
Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 times it's happened.
It's cute. If I knew where that button was, it'd be. And does it show up on the podcast?
I think you have to have I think you have to have a MacBook. But
you're killing me, Smalls. All right.
But so this was my what the heckers. But if I'm being fully transparent,
here he comes.
I don't fully know how I feel about it either way. Because if I am Ty Gibbs, the driver, not Ty Gibbs, the grandson, not Ty Gibbs' name on the side of the building. If I'm Ty Gibbs, the driver, I am still trying to win a race. I'm still trying to get the best result for my team. I'm still going out, giving it everything I've got, because I've now started 118 races and have no wins. I understand that that this is a playoff race. I understand that Denny Hamlin is trying to win a championship and that Chase Briscoe is trying to win a championship. And I understand that, as Ty Gibbs, as the part owner of this company, and one day will run this company, that's going to mean something to you in the long run. However, the other part that I have in this is, I kind of go back and forth because we're talking about we're like mid race at this point, right? I mean, so is it so important at this point in the race that Denny Hamlin feels that he needs to dump a car, whether it be Ty Gibbs or Ty Dillon or Joey Logano or anybody else in the field? Like, obviously it looks even worse because it's your teammate and his name is on the side of the building. But do you, like, what right does Denny Hamlin have to expect people not to race him?
44 years old, never have been with another team, 59 wins, one short of Harvick. He has every single right to expect
go get
everyone to race him hard, except a non-playoff car teammate in that situation.
I was going to say
point.
I was going to say situational awareness.
What's the point?
But why? But why should Ty Gibbs just move over for him again? If I don't see it. It were, I mean.
So if you look, if let's say the 18,
and it wasn't like,
excuse me.
It wasn't like Ty Gibbs was blocking him.
Oh, he was blocking the shit out of him.
Oh, he was blocking Ty Gibbs, him, man. He was cutting him off.
Ty Gibbs was running his line.
Oh, he was cutting the shit out of him. He was blocking the shit out of him. All right, so super fan. If this was back in the Busch heyday and that 18 car was running for a championship, right? Let's replace the 11 with the 18.
It would have happened a few laps earlier is the answer to your question.
Listen, I'm not saying he wouldn't have done it. I'm not saying he wouldn't have dumped him.
Would you still say that the Gibbs has the right to just run his line?
100%. Again, I'm trying to be objective here. I'm trying to listen. I will be fully transparent. I'm not a Gibbs fan. I don't. There is nothing to this point that I like about the kid. But, and again, being fully transparent, I would love to see Denny Hamlin win a championship. But go out and beat all 32 cars that are in the field, or 38 cars, or whatever it is. Like, you still have to go beat them. I don't want anybody, if you're on the lead lap battling for a spot, I don't want anybody pulling over for you.
I think the situation is with these Gen 7 cars that we're running, the way that you can have a slower car maneuver and block the lines of a faster car and make it so incredibly hard to pass, right?
Right.
Just by car placement, not saying that in this situation, you can tell he was blocking them, right? But like even when you get the lap cars, right, and you're going down and you see the runs, and it doesn't take much to take the air off, and they have the big block and the whole nine, right?
Yeah, I mean, again, I
think that plays into it too, and the fact that he did it for 6 or 7 laps, like, come on, man, like, get out of the way. You know what I mean? Like, your teammate is running for a championship. Your teammate is faster than you. He's on your bumper. Lap after lap after lap after lap after lap. Like, it's a courtesy, right? It's like getting out of the hammer lane on the highway and letting the car behind you that wants to run 100 go.
But that's my point. It's a courtesy. It should not be expected. Never should it be expected. You appreciate the courtesy when it happens, just like when you're running lap traffic and you're battling it out for the lead and the win, and you're coming up on that traffic.
He gave him 5 laps to appreciate the courtesy. He gave him 5 laps. He gave him 5 laps of courtesy. On the 6th, he got sent.
Again,
I was going to say the same thing.
I'm probably the last person to defend Ty Gibbs, but the kid should still be able to race for position and and race for wins.
Is that what he was doing?
Racing for the win.
Is that what he was doing right there?
He's racing for a top 10 position. He's racing for stage points. He's
at
still
an
trying
early part of the race, which you said, early part of the race, not racing for the win. So which one is it?
So why dump him? Why you need to dump him?
You ready?
Your teammate needs the stage points.
I'm going to have Merriam-Webster, because I took the liberty, because maybe Merriam-Webster, I think she was a very smart person. Maybe she can settle our debate. Are you ready? Today's word is opportunity cost. Opportunity cost, I'm trying to do like a talk show host, represents the desirable benefits that someone forgoes by choosing one alternative instead of the other. And while opportunity costs can't be predicted with total certainty, when taking them into consideration, Chris's words, situational awareness, can always lead to better outcomes and decision making.
There we go. You ready?
Oh, you found that button that makes that thing. You see that? I don't know how to do it yet, so mine go like this. Now it's going off the screen. I like mine because they're like live fingers.
Rick, what is your hackers?
That looks weird. That got creepy. Mine is so terrible just compared to what we were doing, but I'll give it anyway. What the heckers was Brad Keselowski doing when he was down so far under the yellow line? And I think back to our wonderful guest that we had with the I thought of her with
Taylor?
the above.
Yeah.
What's that?
Taylor Kitchen.
I thought of her with the above the yellow line and why she picked such a cool thing. What the heckers was Brad Keselowski doing so far under the yellow line and down on the apron that he hit the inside safer barrier and bounced the car and launched it up and took out SVG? And no, this is not just a complaint because I'm an SVG homer. He took out Suarez and he took out your boy, who you don't seem to talk about much anymore. It's like, I don't know what's having a love affair with you and Kyle Busch. Apparently you two have broke up, but that's a topic.
I love him. I'm just waiting for him to get back into the top 30.
You're not showing it. That's a topic for another podcast.
Top 30.
I just need to be able to talk about him.
All I'll say on that is, man, when you make mistakes at the cup level and you make them in playoff races, our 10 playoff races, right? And thank God and hope we don't go back to a straight points championship, because then we can't even have these conversations. We'll just be asleep for those last 10 races. And you're a non-playoff car in that environment. That's funny. We just talked about one in that 54 monster car. Man, your mistakes are magnified, aren't they? And like, this is not just trying to take shots at Brad Keselowski. Mistakes are made. I totally get that. But let's look at this in how it happened. Thank God that maneuver took out 3 other non-playoff cars and left 4 non-playoff cars all messed up in the round 1 race of round 12, right? What the heck was he thinking there? That's all I had.
Chris?
That was a good one. My what the hecker was the Josh Berry situation and how he recovered. And that what the heck, it wasn't a bad what the heck for that.
Right. You can spin what the heck either way. Yeah.
Yeah. Because hats off to him. He had a rocket ship. He spun early. And to finish P2, what the heck? Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. Well, all the debates tonight. That was
look at how Chad's smiling on that one because you mentioned Josh Berry again. He's like,
gave him a little love.
Instead of this thing emoji, I wish there was something that could come up through the screen with like hearts. And whenever we
got those too.
Make them come up.
We got
Say
those
the name
too.
Josh Berry.
Hold on, Josh Berry.
Oh! Best podcast ever because now we have special effects.
Oh yeah, we got it. Look at him.
Oh, look Josh at that. You guys are bogus, man. Why don't you teach me how to do that?
You can do it on your iPhone, right?
I'm
It's
not
at the
on my
bottom.
iPhone.
I know,
I'll
but
show
I'm
you
just saying in
afterwards.
general.
I'll show you
All right.
afterwards.
All right. Whatever.
Anyways, all right. Well, let's get into some call your shot.
Call your shot.
Let's do
All
it.
right. So to recap last week, Rick was our top finisher. His pick came home in 6th.
Who was?
Chris, you.
You were again.
I hear that a lot.
Chris, your pick came home in 10th, and I was last. Mine was a 12th place finish. That is how we will pick for this week. Let me run through.
Up. I'm moving up like George Jefferson.
Moving on up.
Let me run through the odds.
Famous show. Do you know it, Chad?
Yes, I do know it.
They played that in Alabama?
Ever play?
Yeah, they played that in Alabama.
Did they even air that show in Alabama?
Yeah. Listen,
can you play the theme song on your guitar record, buddy?
I don't know.
That's a good one to learn.
All right. So odds for Kansas. Logano plus 325. Hamlin plus 600. Byron plus 600. Blaney plus 650. Bell plus 800. Briscoe plus 1,000. Elliott plus 1,000. And Reddick plus 1,400. Rick, you have the first pick.
I feel bad because I keep getting the first pick.
Well, you keep winning.
You keep winning.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. To be sporty, I'm not going to take the layup.
What was the layup?
Right.
I'm just asking.
I won't. Well, we'll see if it gets picked. I won't say nothing. And again, just to be sporty, I'm gonna, of course, we're picking playoff cars here because I don't even know if in this 10 races if we're going to get a non-playoff winner. That could be another good. That could be another good debate for your 3-wide section there, Mr. Podcast Master. Mm-hmm. Anyway, let me just cut to the chase, and I'm going to go with
Chase. He says,
"Get it?" That's pretty good, but it's not Chase Elliott. I'm going to get a guy who's placed just about top 5 in every one of these races. I think one of them was 6, and I went back, did a little history, did a little checking. You don't have to. I'm going with Christopher Bell in the 20.
Dang it.
And that's my pick.
Chris.
I'm going to go with the 5.
Of course. That was the layup. What are you talking about? I just basically gave you that because I love you. And you're like, who's the pick? I don't know what you're talking about. You could have just said thank you instead of like dismissing my act of kindness.
I was just asking.
Well, you asked and answered. Nice pick. Fuck's sake.
Well,
Superfan, what's left for you? You want the field?
No, I told you that I picked all my winners before the playoffs started.
And I keep bringing up this piece of paper from like 10 weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, it worked out okay.
He ran his own bracket.
I had, yeah. So I had Bell picked to win the Kansas race, but you know what? I will go with Briscoe.
Ooh, all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question on these picks, and I just want to know what you guys feel about this.
Oh God.
He's gonna what?
You're going to try to add money, or you're going to try to.
Well, of course I want money. I always want to bet. I want to bet and I want to drink. I don't know why you guys can't understand this about me by now. Anyway, do you lessen Blaney, who's a solid, if you go look at stats and look at past performances, and, NASCAR always talks about momentum. But because of this playoff structure, do you kind of lessen Blaney as a pick just because he's already moved on to the round of 8? I'm just curious what you guys think.
I do. I think they will try something for the next round where these next 2 races are not as important.
Yep.
Right. Because you're already locked into the next round. So you have a little freedom to try something for later. Right. As a company. Whereas a 22 now has to race hard, right? So the 12 can be at liberty to try something as a company to kind of navigate if it's valuable or not moving forward.
So I'm kind of where Chris is. What do you think of that, Superfan?
I mean, no, I don't. I mean, I don't lessen him because I still I think that
I'm not saying he's not going to run good.
No,
he's
no.
great to begin with.
I get what
do
you're
you
saying.
pick him for the win? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I still think he has as much chance to win. I still think he shows up trying to win. I think they probably prepped this car well in advance. So I don't think it affects anything, especially this soon. And I think just thinking back to the first round, I mean, you saw Briscoe win at Darlington, and then, he came right back out and was competitive again the next week in St. Louis. I mean, he was showing up, he had a chance to win that race. Bristol was a wild card, but they could have very well won. I mean, he was super slow off the truck at Bristol, but I don't know. So I mean, I don't see him saying, like, if we were talking earlier in the year, maybe like this, but not those big teams. Some of those guys, they we got the win. We're looking on playoff, but
that's why I asked that question. I was just curious.
All right. Well, that was
fun.
Yeah.
Great show, fellas.
Yeah, that was kind of spirited.
We covered some
That's
ground.
Good stuff.
I like it.
Yeah, we did.
That's
all right.
Good when
we
it gets a little tenacious.
Don't forget that we have some incredible live shows coming up, guys.
Do we?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Do we have a live show coming up where we can drink beer on stage, special beer from Carrie Earnhardt? Yeah, that Earnhardt.
Yep.
And could we be live in the venue? Could it be a week from this Friday? Could you please put it on your schedule and just come on out and see us at 5 p.m. at Old Armor Beer Company? It's not hard to find. It's in downtown Kannapolis. You could stumble in your way and find it down there. Does that count?
Yeah. Consider it happy hour. You know what I mean?
How about this? You can drink Earnhardt beer with an Earnhardt in the town that Earnhardt built, right by the Earnhardt statue.
Oof. Couldn't ask for a better situation.
That's a lot of Earnhardt.
It's a whole lot of Earnhardt.
And then
I'm excited for it.
And then we're going to pack it up and head to the great state of Alabama, by God.
And we're going to Dago, baby.
Strange things happen in Alabama.
Strange things happen. My man Bearden can tell you. Listen, that's again another live show.
What are we doing there?
NASCAR Experience, Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Another live show, Wreckers, Checkers, and What the Heckers, with another special guest.
Wait a minute. What's the name of that show?
Wreckers, Checkers, and What the Heckers. Didn't you hear him correctly?
Yeah, that one.
It's almost like he's been drinking over there. But I think he's on medication for his knee surgery, so I don't know if he's drinking.
Chris has renamed our podcast.
Sorry.
Records, checkers, and what
he said it. He said it so confidently, though.
And now you got to go change all the merch. You got to change all the freaking merch. You're like, God damn it! Supreme Court justice has ruled. We are going to change the name.
Speaking of that, we will have merch at the live events. It'll be there.
Perfect.
Got it.
Perfect.
Wow.
Yep.
Hey, just remember to hit that like button too. Smash
Don't
it.
hit it. Yeah. Smash it.
Smash it. Subscribe.
Smash it, but like a gavel. Like holding a gavel and just
listen.
Bring this podcast to order.
And make sure you look for this week's guest episode. We have a really exciting guest on this week. NHL legend Mark Tenorti, the enforcer. The big guy.
12 seasons.
12 seasons as a defender.
Played in Stanley Cup. Played for Team Canada USA, I believe. Played in an all-star game. Are you kidding me?
Listen.
We didn't even discuss this, and we should have, but could have kept playing. There was an expansion draft. He got drafted by Atlanta in the expansion draft. Could have kept playing. Said, no, I'm good.
Wow. Dude's 59 years old today, which basically is how old I am. He could still bust your ass.
He's a big old guy, and I love him.
Man.
But he's also like a big old teddy
He's like
bear.
A big bear.
Love that guy. So yeah, we talk some NHL, we talk some NASCAR. He's also a diehard NASCAR fan. So be sure to check out that podcast. It comes out the day after this one. So
I think that's what's cool about all your guests, right? You don't have to be a NASCAR fan. It doesn't have to be all about NASCAR. I think that's what's cool is the breadth of topics, sports casters. You're bringing a lot to the table there with everything we've got. So it's pretty cool.
It's definitely a branch out. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's we're bringing a lot to the table.
Yeah, what did Justice say before? Three team thing, something three in the
tripod?
No, he had some comment about how we're three all in it together and something.
Teamwork makes the dream work. But we're all in this together, boys.
Yep. All right. Well, that was another great episode. Thanks for hanging out with us on Checkers, Wreckers, and What the Heckers.
Checkers.
Chris is like, we changed the name back again? The fuck are we doing?
So I went wide open, hoping for a little taste.